Okay, moving on to the NFC North. First up is Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears. Kind of hard to say. In the offseason, their defense didn't really lose much. Obviously, they lost Urlacher. They replaced him, I believe, with John Bostic, a rookie from Florida. So Bostic could be better than Urlacher. Since Urlacher is getting older, not really the same player anymore, their defense could be really stout this year, like top five. Um, on offense, here's the intriguing thing: their offense's problem has been, and for a while now, is they can't protect the quarterback, right? Well, this offseason they went out and they invested in protecting the quarterback. So you have Jay Cutler, who's an underrated quarterback, and he finally has protection. Then you have Matt Forte, who's coming off an injury, but averaged like 8 or 9 or 10 yards per carry this preseason. Looks great. So I think Cutler is throwing to Martellus Bennett at tight end. I don't like Martellus Bennett, but whatever. Brandon Marshall's a machine, especially when Jay Cutler's throwing to him. That's like guaranteed 100-plus balls, over 1,000 yards, and over 8 touchdowns. So that's automatic. Now the question is, who produces after that? Is it Earl Bennett? Is it Alshon Jeffrey? They're saying Alshon Jeffrey has put in the work this offseason, and he's poised for a breakout year. That could be true. I mean, they're going to double cover Brandon Marshall, so the opportunity is there. And now that Cutler has protection, you get him the ball. So it'll be very interesting on offense for the Bears this year. On defense, like I said, they didn't lose much. I think they have a chance to have a top 5 defense. And like I said, Urlacher was a great leader, but he was kind of a different player. Like Ray Lewis, was kind of slowing down towards the end of his career. Same thing with Brian Urlacher. But they should be a very tough team this year, long story short. Moving on to the Lions. The Lions, oh man, they were a wreck last year. I had Stafford in fantasy last year, and he drove me crazy all year. So inconsistent, just touchdowns, interceptions, just all over the place. I think them signing Reggie Bush was a great sign. He's a perfect fit for their offense. I don't think they're going to run the ball much. I think Stafford's going to throw his arm off just like he did last year. Obviously, he has the best receiver in the game, Megatron, so that's automatic. Outside of that, I guess he has Pettigrew at tight end, and then he's gonna throw to Bush a lot, man. I'm telling you. So their offense has the ability to put up a lot of points fast because they have a lot of guys that can catch, but I'm not sure about their offensive line, how much they're going to protect Stafford. On defense, I'm pretty sure their secondary is horrible. I think they have 1 or 2 good guys in their secondary, but definitely not a strong suit. But their defensive line is dominant. So they have solid linebackers, dominant defensive line, and then kind of weak secondary. So basically, if they can get after the quarterback, they can win some games because their offense has the capability to score. But if they can't get after the quarterback, then secondary is not looking too good. Moving on to the Packers. The Packers, obviously, they're good every year. They're a very elite team. Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL. Behind him, you have Eddie Lacy, who's come on as a very strong, should have a very strong rookie season this year. Jordy Nelson's coming off an injury, but they say he looks good, so he should have a big year. They got rid of Greg Jennings, so he's going to be throwing to Jordy Nelson, James Jones, Randall Cobb, and Jermichael Finley. Now, the way that breaks down, Jordy's coming off an injury. Randall Cobb is a playmaker. He's kind of like Percy Harvin. And then James Jones is a legit number 2. And then, as if that wasn't enough, they have Jermichael Finley, who I've never been a Jermichael Finley fan, but he is having the best camp of his life. He's in a contract year, and him and Rodgers are clicking on all cylinders. So I'd say the only thing that can stop them, they've had some injuries on the offensive line this preseason, which really sucks. I think their left tackle went out for the season. So they've been trying to shift stuff around. We'll see if they can keep Rodgers off of his back. But that's just like with the Broncos. I said the only thing that can stop the Broncos is the offensive line. On offense, same thing with the Packers. The only thing that can stop them is their offensive line. So we'll see if it's the same thing for the Packers. Moving on to defense. Packers defense, not bad. They have Clay Matthews and B.J. Raji, the same names that have been there. I think their defense is middle of the pack, but Rodgers is going to put up so many points that middle of the pack is going to win a lot of games because he's just going to score a lot of points. So moving on to the Vikings. Where do I begin? Well, the Vikings was the first. As soon as I think of the Vikings, I think of AP. He's the best running back in the league. I mean, he ran for 2,000 yards off, coming off ACL injury. This year he wants to run for more. I mean, the guy is ridiculous. I'm not a believer in Christian Ponder. I think he's a game manager at best. They picked up Greg Jennings, and here's the thing: I think Greg Jennings is screwed, man, because I'm not a believer in Christian Ponder. So if I'm not a believer in Christian Ponder, then it doesn't matter what receiver they sign. Who's going to get him the ball? So I think I like Kyle Rudolph. I feel bad that Kyle Rudolph has to deal with Christian Ponder, but their line is pretty good. AP is going to run all over the place, but I feel bad for AP because people are going to stack up the box and just challenge Ponder to throw, and I don't have faith in him. On defense, obviously Jared Allen is one of the best ends in the league. Chad Greenway is a tackling machine, and they have that rookie Harrison Smith at safety, who's also very good, especially for his age, and he's a playmaker. So, long story short, I see them winning some games just based on AP, and their defense is good enough, but I don't see them making the playoffs. Just when you're competing with the Packers, and the Bears, that's just a tough division to be in. But yeah, that's it for that division. I have one more left. I'll be right back.